Hey y'all, and my name is Sammy and I am joining the class right now. Super excited about this. First, I just wanted to get started on this presentation about parenting with Jesus. 9 years ago, I was blessed with my first baby girl, and I can remember being so mad and didn't understand how on earth this hospital would let me go home with this newborn baby, and I had no clue what I was doing. So we kind of laugh about that and get a little kicks after it, but it was so true. I truly believed that. And I can remember asking my mom, like, what are we supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? I have no idea. I'm only 22 years old. I don't know how to deal with this baby. And my mom said, well, you know what? You've got the perfect manual, and it's the Bible, and you just keep looking to God, and He'll keep blessing you. And she couldn't have been more right. And I'm so lucky to be blessed with a mom that was God-fearing. So with that said, I just want to talk a little bit about Hannah. In the Bible, Hannah was barren and she couldn't have children, and her heart was just broken, and she prayed and she prayed and she prayed so hard, and it was such a deep, passionate prayer that her husband even believed that she was intoxicated. She wasn't, and she finally got this gift of a son, and she kept him for a little bit, and she nursed him and took care of him, and then when he became old enough to be weaned, she gave him to the priest and let him be God's son. And I just can't imagine just finally getting this baby. I have a son, and I love him so much, and I have daughters, and I just adore my children so much, and I can't imagine giving my baby up. But her God was bigger, and that it was more important to her to follow His footsteps. And I think that's really important when you parent with Jesus, is that you always make Him bigger, and you shine so much brighter as a parent or any role that you might possibly have in life. I think one of my struggles is that I love my kids so much that sometimes I put what God is asking me to do and the responsibilities that He's given me, or even my daily quiet time, I put it aside for the needs of my children, not realizing that I can't meet those needs the way God intended me to without reaching out to Him and being obedient to Him. And Hannah is such a great reminder of how wonderful and a great example of how great God is when we are weak, and when we're obedient to Him, how He just makes life so much better, and He rewards us in such a great way. And then I think about the way God loves these babies. He loves them so much, and I love them, and I can't imagine that He loves me or He loves those babies more than I could ever even fathom. And I think that's one of the great things about God, is that when we figure out how big He is and how much love He has, and that we can't really fathom that, I think we truly grasp the idea of how big He is, and we pull Him out of that box. And that's such a good thing to do, because as parents we get stuck in our schedules and routines, and I think we forget that God is so much bigger than those schedules and routines, and He can orchestrate all these things, all these needs, all these wants, so that we're raising our children the way that they need to be brought up. And if you're trying to be a super parent or a super person, I think it's a humbling moment for me personally, is that I realized I'm not super mom. I try really hard, and when I do it my own way, I'm exhausted and I'm stressed and I'm yelling more, and I'm just a hot mess. I'm a mess. And I think that when I surrender to Him in anything I do, especially with parenting, He's just so wonderful, and He's so great to make sure that I can rest in Him and those things get done. And that schedule, just asking Him every day, it clears it up and makes it so much better. But God tells us that our children are rewards from Him, and being a parent is certainly a privilege. And if you're not a parent today, I think there's some great stuff said today through the Holy Spirit, and I think that you can grasp on anything, and just know that God is for you, and that God is always for us, especially when it comes to being obedient to Him, and when He's entrusted us with the responsibility such as being a parent. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.